So yesterday was day 156 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City and the county of Pasquotank County, North Carolina, over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. that took place on April 21st, 2021. We've been out here marching every single day for 156 days. And, I think our demonstrations are picking up some steam. We've got a lot more people that have been coming out more frequently, which is a good thing. I appreciate that. And we have been getting louder. We've been getting more, we've been getting louder in our chanting. We've got more megaphones now, so that's also good news. Yeah, we've been out here for 156 days. Not much has changed in the last 24 hours. Again, the most recent updates are that the Pasquotank County Commission is spending 69,000 United States dollars in an effort to train their officers and to call them peace officers. That's right, folks. I know, I will never get over this. They're going to call themselves peace officers. So again, next time you have an officer shoot and kill someone in a school zone, you can be rest assured they're peace officers. I remember during one of the protests, we're now getting to the point where the protests have been going on so long, I've got old stories of earlier in the, that's the era we're in. But I think it was like day 20 something. And I was asking an officer why they let Lisa O'Quinn, the soon-to-be convicted person who drove the car into the crowd. I was asking one of the officers why they let that happen, and their response was, "We're trying to keep the peace." This was like later in the day. I was asking them, "What were you thinking? Why did you do this? What is it that you think you're doing right now?" And the officer opened his mouth and said, "We're trying to keep the peace." That resonates with me so much because in their world, right, keeping the peace entails letting a conservative, racist neo-Nazi, she literally had neo-Nazi iconography on her Facebook, neo-Confederate iconography on her Facebook, letting them attack Black Lives Matter marchers is, in their world, keeping the peace. And what that means to me is that they would, if they could, do those things, but they feel like they can't, and therefore they outsource that to other people. And again, that also tracks with a different cop, the same cop that drove out of the way and let Lisa O'Quinn attack 3 protesters. That cop, when I asked them in the moment, 30 seconds after the car hit a protester and started driving away, I asked that cop, "Why aren't you arresting them?" And they said to me, "We have to keep them safe from you." And again, this is the kind of thing that happens in the Elizabeth City Police Department. Now, there's a lot of people. Now, again, I want to be very clear. There are 2 departments that occupy Elizabeth City. The Gestapo that occupy our city. We have 2 different departments. We have the Elizabeth City Police, and we have the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department. The Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department are the ones who murdered Andrew Brown Jr. But the Elizabeth City Police Department are the ones who did a horrible, absolutely atrocious job at managing the protests that ensued. And so the Elizabeth City police officers are the ones who said, we have to protect, that angry Confederate who was screaming the N-word out her window? Yeah, we got to protect her from you. After she hit 3 people, we got to protect her from the people on the ground writhing in agony. They are obviously angry savages, and they're going to swarm and attack this innocent neo-Confederate who is screaming racial slurs and driving into people. Again, that is just, it's incredible to me that these people, and they're still out there. They still have their jobs. It's incredible to me. It's incredible. And everything that has happened in Elizabeth City really has cemented in my brain the idea that there is no such thing as a good cop, because all the other cops just watched. So that cop got out of the way as someone was screaming racial slurs, opening up a driving path. They hit 3 people. Then they said they needed to protect the Confederate from everyone else. And every other police officer just watched. They're all like, yup, that's right, that's what's happening, yup. That's the world we live in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And again, I feel like a lot of people do not remember this. I feel like people are forgetting that these things happen. But anyway, that's just, it's incredible to me that they're also spending $69,000 to rebrand the sheriff's department as peace officers. The same department that assassinated someone, shooting several bullets into stray bullets into other houses, just completely unrelated houses. They're now calling themselves peace officers. Are they going to do anything? Are they going to fire the deputies? Are they going to do anything at all? No. They're just going to steal some money, funnel it through their money laundering bullshit, and then rebrand themselves new uniforms for the sheriff's department. Oh, just kidding. The peace officers department. The whole thing is a joke. The whole thing is a fucking joke. And it's incredible to me.